Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is me, Clear, and I'm back for another update video. So yeah, I actually have a lot of stuff to talk about. I made a list of side figures I want to make this year. And I'm just gonna talk over a lot of stuff. So right here, my Batman. Guys probably didn't expect to see this for a little bit. But there isn't a lot to go over, so there isn't gonna be a showcase. There will be one eventually later in the year, but not until later. Like, if I really have a lot of progress and I'm super comfortable, like, I have to be super comfortable and ready for Batman v Superman showcase. Like, I have to be comfortable with how far my Civil War figures are at. That's another thing I need to talk about. But other than that, not until after Civil War, which comes out in May. And I'm gonna make the silver, the $13 Dawn of Justice set. The two figures that come in there, those are the side figures I want to make. So those are two of the side figures I have planned for this year. And there's gonna be there has to be more than this. But Civil War, I'm going to make. Let me see if I can name everybody. So Captain America, Hawkeye, Bucky, Falcon. I'm trying to remember everybody I've seen. Ant-Man. Is there anybody else on his... Yeah, Scarlet Witch. I think that is his full team. And then Iron Man, War Machine, Black Widow, Black Panther, Vision. And then those are the 11 figures I'm going to be making for Civil War. By the way, and then after Civil War, right after Civil War, I'm going to slow down just because I want to, I'm already getting a little nervous about these figures because, some stuff hasn't gone well. And I'll show you a few things, but I can tell you that Spider-Man and Crossbones will be figures after. Unless we get a look at Spider-Man and it's that, hoodie thing that everybody is suspecting, I would make him then. But if he's in a full-out suit, that's just going to be super complicated. And yeah, I could probably pull it off, but I already have enough figures on my plate as it is. And I'd like to have a side showcase with him and Crossbones. If Crossbones is good in the movie, because right now I'm not going to make him. But I have a lot of done. Most of my work has gone into, Falcon is the closest to being done. And actually, all I need to do is get I'm going to have to wait until the sets come out to finish Falcon. Because I need the wings and the head and hair. The wings I'm going to have to just paint over because it's an inaccurate gray, light gray. And then I need the head and hair to, finish off the figure and everything. And nothing will be done to the head and hair unless to, match my colors. But here's what I have on War Machine so far. And I have a little bit of work on his legs, but I'm not going to show you that. The helmet is mostly done. On the back, I need to figure out something for the minigun, but I hope you can see those details that I put back there. They're not accurate. I couldn't find a single shot of his backside of his armor, so I just had to make up what I would make, for him to kind of, it doesn't flow super well with the rest of the suit. Maybe you guys think it does, but for me it doesn't, but accuracy is one thing I had to kind of drop. And you aren't going to see it over the minigun probably anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. There's just going to be a few lines that might stick out a little awkwardly as soon as I attach a minigun, which I really don't want to use Lego's design, but I'm thinking I might have to, unless somebody, makes one or something, or I make a attempt to sculpt one, or I find something that works. Or maybe we'll see that he doesn't use it through the whole movie, so I don't have to make one. But yeah, he does have a chest piece, not from, it's actually a Lego chest piece. It came with one of the Series 8 figure, minifigure, that is, and the Mark 45, I have not started on it yet, but he's not going to have a chest piece, just because Rhodey is noticeably bulkier. His suit is anyway, his Mark 3 suit of the War Machine, so that's just how it's going to be, and I'll show you kind of the sides of the helmet and everything. It looks really nice, and it's all accurate, and I just used the Iron Man helmet, and if I pull up the face mask, it's kind of hard to get up without, accidentally scratching paint. You see it's just right in there, and I have, the face that they gave him from War Machine, and it's just a standard Iron Man helmet, which isn't the best choice, but it was Lego's choice. Anyway, by the way, I did go to Michael's a couple days ago, and I grabbed some new paints. Just because CraftSmart is actually not that bad. I had a bad experience with CraftSmart, so I haven't been using them up until recently. And they're actually not that bad, and I use Apple Barrel mostly, and then a little bit of any paint that you see with this on it from Full Cart, those are always good. Vision, here's Vision's torso. It's pretty nice. There's nothing on the back. I actually had to mix paints to get that color, so that's one of the reasons I'm starting to pick up a lot of paints lately. Just because I don't want to have to mix, and then because basically I had to take the lid of a water bottle and then mix it in there and apply it all super fast, and I had to mix it really well, and it was just kind of weird, and I didn't really like the experience of making sure I didn't run out, and I didn't want to waste a bunch of paint, but yeah, sorry about that little shake. Captain America, I was decided on just painting a whole head, painting that helmet onto him and everything, but I do have a Flash cowl. I shaved the ears off, and yeah, I was like, it's not gonna look good, it's too bulky, but I shaved off the ears. I left a little kind of weathered battle damage effect on the sides, because those look kind of nice, and a little shave at the top as well, which you probably can't see. I decided to, just because, and I'll paint the A and all every accurate detail onto it, but you guys probably would have wanted to see him with that anyway. And it's an easy enough cowl where, I'll get to this in a minute, but for Daredevil, I could probably sculpt one decently, for season 2, which I haven't seen the first or second season, unfortunately, but he looks good, and I never really knew about Daredevil until this, so it's kind of interesting to me, and I'll talk about that in a minute. I'm also, the only side figure I'll be making for now is Finn, up until, probably April or May, after, when my Civil War figures start to wrap up, I can get a side figure. I have a list of all the side figures I want to make, and I already mentioned that. And you already heard Spider-Man, Crossbones, Superman, and Batman, and Daredevil. And I want to make Owen from Jurassic World. That's just, I don't know, I want to sculpt a bunch of stuff onto him, like his knife, like a 3D knife holder. And I actually want to see if I can get a Brick Arms standard combat knife to fit in there, because that would be awesome. I want to sculpt on his jacket. I want to sculpt pockets onto the jacket. I just want to do a lot with that figure. And I know the movie came out last year, but whatever. It just would be fun to make for a side figure. So Owen from Jurassic World. Rey. I'm working on my fourth Force Awakens figure, and I'm not gonna end this year without a Rey. Either if it's 100 per, even if I have to sculpt my own hairpiece or mask or something, I'm going to get a Rey out. Even if I don't buy that $20 set, I'm going to figure it out. So, there's another thing. Falcon. Okay, the Falcon. For back to Civil War. Oh, and before I get to Falcon, Lucas from, to go with Riley, Maya, and Farkle. To go with them, I want to make a Lucas, but he's more of a question mark along with a Daredevil, so those are the really only 2 question marks. Oh, and by the way, I want to make a Force Awakens Stormtrooper as well, so that's one thing I need to write down. And then Zoom. I've not seen any, TV shows. I haven't seen the Arrow or the Flash, but I made the Flash, and still probably my favorite custom today, my Reverse Flash. I'll show you guys him here, which I showcased him a while back. He was, other than, the fact that he doesn't have a sculpted cowl or anything, or, anything like that, and that I love how this figure turned out. I mean, man, it just really worked, and I just love it still, to this day, even though it was one of my older customs, I look at my figures today, and this one still is man, I can't believe I pulled that off. But yeah, I still love this figure so much. And even though it's an older figure, like, he's up there with, like, Han and my Han, my Clavius, my Kylo Ren. Those are probably some of my favorite figures as well that I've made. The Joker is another one that I really like that I made lately. Chewie, yeah, probably up there too. I'll show you all the figures I made this year because I know I haven't shown them all to you. But yeah, that was just something I wanted to mention. Alright, so I might sculpt that helmet because I really want to get some more sculpts out there. But not like overdone. But you see, I did sculpt on the Finn's jacket, and the backside as well is sculpted as well. Even though that's a really bad shot, paintwork is still going. All right, now back to Falcon before I wrap up this video. The Falcon is just. Oh, and by the way, Winter Soldier is pretty much done. I just need a head and hair, but before I fill up on space. Falcon, this is where I wanted. This is how I wanted him to turn out. His torso, the back of the torso, even though he'll have wings, the back of the torso turned out awesome. The front, this is what I feel like the level of skill I'm at, but with most figures I'm not really able to show it. Even with War Machine, he's not really coming like, whoa, that's a super awesome thing. That's one of the things with like the Reverse Flash, I was really able to showcase some of my talent. And this, I think, really says a lot as well. So, boom. That is my Falcon torso for Captain America Civil War. And I'll show you the back. Oh, dropped it. So there's the back. And so, yeah, guys, he's pretty much done. But without further ado, I need to go and see you all in the next video. Peace.